Yo, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy ColtsTalk. We are back with another video, and today we are going to go over the unofficial depth chart for the Indianapolis Colts. This is the first one. Got a lot of mixed reviews, and I'm excited to go over it with you guys. Of course, just Google it or Twitter it if you want to see it for yourself. The Blue Stable made a video about it. A bunch of guys made videos. Sports Illustrated, all those things. All these channels, Colts content creators already reacted to it. I'm going to give you my reactions now. So like I said, just Google unofficial depth chart and it's going to pop up all over the place. But let's go ahead and hop into it. Starting off with the offense at the QB position, Matt Ryan is the starting QB for sure. Then you have Nick Foles, Sam Elliker, and Jack Cohn. Hearing the news about the starters in the preseason, I had mixed feelings about that because I know the preseason is not really it's not really worth it in my opinion. It's for the young guys to go out there and get their reps and get their feet wet, developmental styles, and see if anyone's going to pop out to probably get more minutes going or more time going into the regular season. Having the starters out there for longer than maybe 2 possessions or something like that, for like a quarter almost, risking injury. It's a high risk. It's a very high risk. Rolling the dice here. I don't think we need to go out there and see Matt Ryan for almost a whole quarter because we know who he is. Now, of course, people like to bring up chemistry and stuff like that. I get it. But, out here playing the preseason, we've seen a lot of freak accidents. And that's one thing I don't want to risk. But that could be a topic for another discussion. If something like that happens, I will bring it up. But you guys let me know your thoughts about that in the description. Move forward to the running back position. You have Jonathan Taylor, of course, at 1. Naheem Hines. You got Phillip Lindsay, Tyson Williams, Deion Jackson, Devontae Price, and C.J. Riddell. In my opinion, I think Price and Riddell might hit the practice squad or maybe someone else on another squad. But having Taylor, Hines, Lindsay, and Williams, I prefer Jackson. I do like Deion Jackson's game. But seeing that list, Phillip Lindsay on there still, he can make a spurt out there. I don't know if he's going to get a lot of reps. He probably will, being as though Hines might want to line up at receiver every now and then. So it's good to see that. I'm looking forward to seeing how Jackson will play in the preseason. Hopefully he can get his name promoted and get some more reps going into the season because I do like his game. He does have that Marlon Mack type feel. So I do like his game a lot. Moving forward to the wide receiver position. Wide receiver 1 is Michael Pittman Jr. I know a lot of people love to hear that. Behind him is Doolin. You have Ethan Farina and DJ Montgomery. DJ and Ethan might make the practice squad. I don't know if they're going to make it. This is me probability-wise. They'll probably end up somewhere else, but on the roster. Depth-wise, going into the season, they'll probably be on the practice squad. Moving forward, wide receiver 2, you have Alec Pierce, Desmond Patton, and Samson Nakwa. If I said that wrong, correct me. But Pierce and Desmond Patton is a huge circle. Patman is a huge circle, man, because he has potential, but we just don't know how we're going to see it. But with a guy like Matt Ryan, I'm pretty sure he's going to get him in shape, get him in place. A lot of talent, a lot of talent with potential on this roster. And I feel like Matt Ryan's keeping these guys in check and holding them accountable. He even holds himself accountable. So a guy like Matt Ryan can definitely boost the morale and development for a guy like Desmond Patton. But Alec Pierce, a wide receiver 2, is no shocker here. He's been just lights out in camp, and hopefully he has a good preseason. Moving forward, slot receiver, Paris Campbell, Kiki Kuti, DeMichael Harris, Michael Young Jr. This is a good slot wide receiver depth for the Colts. I love it, I love it, I love it. Paris Campbell with the potential. Kiki Kuti, who's been having himself a nice camp as well. And DeMichael Harris, we all know how much of a dog he can be. So that is a good position to have. I love the slot for wide receiver spots out of this whole offense so far. Moving forward at tight end 1, Marley Cox, Drew Ogletree, and Nikola Kalanick. I think that's how you say it, Kalanick. So we don't know how Nikola's going to pan out, but Drew Ogletree at 2 behind Marley Cox is not a bad idea. Like I said, we do have a very tall tight end core, so that is pretty much no worries there. Tight end number 2, you have Kyler Granson, Jelani Woods, and Michael Jacobson. Kyler Granson and Jelani Woods could be a nice duo. We don't know how Jelani Woods is going to pan out, but a lot of people had their odds at Jelani Wood beating out Granson for his spot. So we're looking forward to that. Jelani Woods might potentially be a starter, but I think Kyler Granson is the wide receiver, the receiving type tight end that the Colts will need. So he can definitely spread out on the scene because a lot of people isn't talking about him. So I think he can be that sleeper guy for the tight end role to be the guy for, like an Austin Hooper, not Austin Hooper, but he can be a guy for Matt Ryan. He's a Matt Ryan type of guy in my opinion. Receiving, pretty decent at blocking as well, but the blocking will probably be more of the bigger boulders like Drew Ogletree or a Marley Cox. They'll probably be the blockers, and I think Granton will be the receiving end for the tight end core. So I do think, in my opinion, I think Kylan Granton could be the guy for Matt Ryan. But we're looking forward to that going into the future. That's later discussions. Move forward at the left tackle. We got Matt Pryor, Bernard Rahman, and Jordan Murray. A lot of questions around the left tackle position with Pryor and Rahman, because a lot of people lean towards Rahman, and a lot of people go for the vet in Pryor, but they have been battling out. You get mixed reviews. In my opinion, personally, I would probably start with the vet and then let Rahman develop through the season. And if he beats him out, then that's how it's going to be handled. So in my opinion, I will start with Pryor and then move forward with Rahman. But Rahman has been having himself a good camp, so I wouldn't be opposed to starting him either. Moving forward at the left guard position, of course, we have Big Q, Jason Spriggs, and Brandon Camp. Depth pieces behind Big Q, because we know Big Q is starting regardless. Ryan Kelly at center, Wesley French, and Alex Millette. Right guard, you have Danny Pinter, Will Freeze, and Josh Schlesser. Danny Pinter is going to be the starting right guard, in my opinion, probably. Will Freeze has potential to be that because he is a swing guy. He could probably play multiple positions. But Danny Pinter for sure. Right tackle, you have Braden Smith, Ryan Van Denmark, and Dennis Kelly. Dennis Kelly is a good depth piece as well, in my opinion. Moving forward to the defense, the Leos is Yannick Ngakoue, Ben Banogu, and Hurricane Dio. Behind him, we have a very good depth piece at the Leo position. This is exciting to see. Defensive tackle, you have DeForest Buckner, RJ McIntosh, Curtis Brooks, and Brian Cowart. Big Curtis Brooks fan. Looking forward to seeing how he's going to pan out as defensive tackle number 2. Grover Stewart, Eric Johnson II, Kavion Patton, and Chris Williams. Heard a lot about Eric Johnson. Chris Williams is a huge question mark to see how he's going to pan out. Preseason is probably going to do him justice. Defensive end, Kwity Paye, Tyquan Lewis, Efidi Odabengo, and Cameron Klein. Looking forward to the Klein production to see how he's going to look. Tyquan Lewis, looking forward to see how he's going to recover from his injury and how he's going to go into next season. At the wheel position, Bobby Okereke, EJ Speed, Sterling Rutherford, and Brandon King. Sterling has had some flashes in camp, in my opinion, from what I've heard. EJ Speed and Bobby, we know how good they can be. Looking to see how they're going to improve going into next season. At the Mike position is Shaquille Leonard, Forrest Ryan, and James Slacksky. Don't know how James is going to pan out, but I heard Forrest Ryan has had a very good camp. Looking forward to seeing how Forrest can use his momentum into the preseason to see if he can secure a solid spot and get a lot of reps going into the season. But I've heard Forrest has had himself a decent camp. Looking forward to him. At next, the Sam position, you have Zaire Franklin and JoJo Dalman. JoJo has had himself a very good camp. Ball hawk, plays the football very well, and he's good at that position. I'm pretty sure he's going to secure a spot and get a lot of time on the field, especially doing with this depth piece and how the injuries may pan out. I think JoJo could be a starter one day, but he definitely has potential to be really good in the NFL. Not saying he's going to be top 5, but he definitely has potential to be a really good linebacker. So shout out to JoJo. Moving to cornerbacks, you have Brandon Faison, Marvell Tell III, Chris Wilcox, and Alex Myers. Marvell Tell is a guy that the Colts want to see on the field. He's tall, lengthy, and has good athletic ability to be solid. He can be a solid depth piece. He just has to stay healthy. But a lot of Colts fans are looking forward to seeing how he's going to turn out. Stephon at CB2, you have Stephon Gilmore, Isaiah Rodgers, Anthony Chelsea, and Dallas Flowers. I heard about Flowers about 2 camps ago. I heard about him. He had some flashes about breakups. We know about Chelsea, Isaiah Rodgers, and Gilmore. We know for sure are a lock. So we're looking forward to seeing that duo. At nickel, you have Kenny Moore II and Tony Brown. Free safety, Julian Blackman, Rodney Thomas. The second, Will Redmond, and Marcel Dabo. Dabo had himself some flashes at the beginning of the camp when it first started. We've heard about rumors about the Colts having a one safety back, and it's going to be Julian Blackman because we know how good Julian can be. Having him back there by himself alone is, hey, the sky's the limit. He can be really solid back there by himself. I trust him because he's really good at pursuing the football. So, and he's a good tackler. So I do trust him back there by himself. You guys let me know about that in the comment section. At strong safety is Nick Cross starting, Rodney McLeod, Armani Watts, and Trevor Dimbo. Strong safety is another secure spot for the Colts. They have a lot of good depth at strong safety, so I'm definitely comfortable with that core as well. If we had to improve anything, in my opinion, we need another wide receiver. In my opinion, I love the wide receiver group, I really do, but having an extra person as like a vet could not harm the room. Of course, you guys, you want young people to go out there and play, but I think having another name for depth piece, because we do have a case of the drops. But you guys definitely let me know, should we go get another wide receiver that is not Odell? You can bring up the Odell if you want. That is your opinion personally, but I do think I think we need one wide receiver just for depth. Just one wide receiver to fill it out, just in case if anything goes wrong. I think we need to have a wide receiver as a security blanket so we can be secure moving forward into the season. But you guys let me know your thoughts about the depth chart. Let me know who you think should start over who, or who are you excited to watch. Who do you think have a good camp? All these things in the comment section. You check out the Blue Stable. I'm pretty sure they dropped their piece. They're going to have articles and all these things about potential sleepers or who you should look out for and all these things. This is Marcus. Links in the description. And until next time, you've been Culture Shock.